Do you see that sprocket right there? It came off. My lawnmower is in critical condition. It can't mow right now. The reason why it wore out so much is A, because it's 35 years old, and B, because my great-grandfather, when he took it apart, he put this part on wrong. Now, how this hooks up is you have this, then you have this, actually you have it like this, and then the chain snakes through it like this, and that tensions it. The problem, though, was sometime probably like 20 years ago when my great-grandfather took it apart, it should go like this, so it keeps these close to here, but he put it together like this, so these fell off and were rubbing on the inside. But that is really good news, because that means I now have ample room to weld in between there. I just got to figure out how to take off the main drive shaft on here, which I believe it should be similar to whenever I took off the main drive wheel. I take off this side, and then I take off this arm, and that rod should pull out. So here's the drive shaft. It's all out. And it actually came out quite easily. I was very surprised. And let's put it in the holder. Now, unfortunately, it looks like if I just set it on there, if I were to hook it on here just like that, the sprocket would end up bent. So I got to figure out a way to level it, probably by clamping it down somehow. Well, that makes it a lot easier. I didn't know the sprocket would come off. If it hadn't come off, that means I would have had to weld the thing on there with this cross arm thingy on there and all of the tensioner parts on there, and that's just insane. But now this should be pretty easy to stabilize it, or at least make it straightize it, and then weld it. The method that I have chosen to fasten the pieces of metal together so that they're level, or at least level-ish to each other, are magnets, and then I'll weld right there, and that should be enough to hold it together while I take the magnets off and weld all the way around it. And I'll be welding at the maximum setting, and I really like that. I really lucked out about that groove being in there, so I won't have to worry about grinding the metal down too much. So there it is. I can't tell if it's straight or not. It looks pretty straight though. It's definitely straighter than it was. Looks good enough to me. going to weld the chain tensioner thingies. So there you go. I have it already welded and grounded. All I got to do is put the sprocket back on and I can put it onto the lawnmower. Now these still got to do a little bit of grinding, but to be honest, I don't really need a chain tensioner because it works out pretty good as it is anyway. So I'll just put it on and see if it works. Now, the only thing left to do is to put it back into the drivetrain, or drive system. I hope it works. Well, unfortunately it started to rain, so I have a tarp over it now. But the color is going to be really bad or whatever. Sorry about that. There we go. There you have it. The sprocket's already on there and I put the chain back on. Unfortunately I gotta get a new master link for it, but oh well, master links are quite easy to find. Now I just wish the rain would stop. Oh well. See you next time.